Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, you are welcome. My name is Anita Fon, and if you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notified each and every time I upload a new tutorial on my channel. If you're old member, you are welcome back. Today I'm going to show you on how to cut and sew this palazzo pan. So if you want to know how I'll be going about it, keep on watching. First thing I did was to go ahead and fold my fabric right side facing each other. The fabric I'm going to use for this project is crepe. I'll be using 2.5 yards of this fabric. The next thing I'm going to do is I will go ahead and draw a straight line, which is going to be my guideline. After drawing that line, I'll be using my waistband of 2 inch. So I'll start measuring from that 2 inch downward. I will mark from my waist to my hip deep, which is 8 inch, from my waist to my crotch deep, which is 10 inch. If you don't know how to get the crotch deep, divide around your hip by 4, then you add 1 inch to it. After that, I will move now to measure from my waist to my knee line, which is 20 inch. Then I'll go ahead to connect it up with a straight line like this. Next thing I'm going to do is I'll go ahead now, I'll level it up, the waist, the hip deep line, the crotch deep line, and the knee line. After doing so, what I'm going to do is I will take round my hip, divide it by 4. Mine is 36 divided by 4 is going to give me 9 inch, and I'm going to add 1 inch for my sewing allowance. Altogether is 10 inch. I'll go ahead now, I will connect it up like this with a straight line. Next thing I'm going to do is to come out here by 1.5 inch, then I'll be adding 1 inch for my sewing allowance. Then I'll go ahead to connect it up like this. If you don't have a French cuff, use your free hand. Then I'll be putting 1/4 of my waist. Round my waist is 28 divided by 4 is going to give me 7. I will mark that up. Then I'm going to add my sewing allowance. Remember, I will add sewing allowance, okay? And after doing so, I'm going to go ahead to connect it up. Remember, the fabric I'm using is stretchy, so I'm not going to be adding any dart allowance for it. After doing so, I'm going to come here, I'll go down by 3/4 inch. After connecting it, the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and mark the length of my pant, and I will start from that 2 inch downward. The length of my pant is 44. I will mark that up and draw a straight line at that downer part. Next thing I will do now is a palazzo pan we're working on. So you're just going to measure up whatever you have on your crotch deep line. You connect it, just mark it at the downer part and connect it all the way straight to the length of your pant. Just making sure I mark the same, then I'll be able to connect it without any issue. I'll take my ruler and I connect it up like that. And then the downer part will just connect it straight all the way to the length. After doing so, I'm going to go ahead now. I will cut that up. When I'm done cutting the front, I'm going to use this front now to cut up the back. I'll go ahead and fold my fabric right side again facing each other, and I'll place it on my fabric on top. But this time around, I make sure I have allowance at the front, as you can see. Then I'm going to go ahead, I will extend 2 inch from here like this. You see, I will extend 2 inch. I will extend 1.5 inch, and then from the length of the pan, I will extend just 1 inch. After doing so, I'll go ahead now to connect it up with a straight line. I'm going to do the same thing here like this. What I will do here is just to go ahead now. I will go in by 2 inch. And I'm going to go up by 2 inch. Remember, for the front we went down by 3/4 inch, but for the back we are going up by 2 inch. Okay, after doing so, I'll just go ahead and connect it up like that. Then I'll measure up whatever I have here and I'm going to transfer it up here. All right. You see what I have there is 9 inch. I'm just going to come here like this. I will mark that 9 inch up. Make sure that it's on the same line so the side seam will be able to match up. Connect it up all the way to that 9 inch. I'll go ahead now. I will connect this point to the cross tip line. You see? After doing so, I'll just go ahead now. I'm going to make sure I mark this up. Then we'll connect it all the way to that point. I'll be using my French scarf, or you can use your free hand if you want to. You see what I've just done there? You see what I've just done there? And then I'm going to connect this that side like this with a straight line, and when I'm done doing so, I'll go ahead to cut that up. When I'm done cutting it up, I'll just go ahead, I'll just pin it up the way it is. As you can see, I've pinned the brush, and I'm going to go ahead and stitch that by 1/2 inch away. After doing so, I'm going to go ahead now. I'll be removing my pin, then and also overlock it if you have an overlock machine. If not, you use your zigzag stitch. Now I'll open it up. I'll be placing the front of the pants with the back of the pants right side facing each other. I'm going to go ahead and pin that up. I'm going to go ahead, I'll be stitching that up, but before I go ahead and stitch that up, I'm going to join the cross like this. As you can see, I'll join it up and I'll pin that up. Then we'll just take it to the machine and stitch it at once. After stitching, zigzag it, or you overlock it if you have an overlock machine at home. I'm going to mark where my zipper is going to end. I will just take it to the machine. I will stitch that up 1/2 inch away. When I'm done stitching, this is what it's already looking like. Okay, I went ahead to overlock it. I'm going to flip it now to the right side so that we'll be able to add up our waistband to it. But make sure you press it up first of all right, to lay everything flat and give it that professional finish look, even though we are not done yet. See, it's what it's looking like. I already went ahead and cut my waistband. I cut it. Remember, I said I needed a waistband of 2 inch, so I cut it 4 inch, so we'll be able to fold by round my waist measurement. Okay, then I'm just going to fold it up like this, and I'm going to pin that up. After pinning that up, I will take it to the machine and I'm going to stitch that 1/2 inch away. when I'm done stitching, I'll go ahead to overlock that up. Trim all the excess you don't need. Now we are done stitching and trimming all the excess. I also went ahead to overlock it. If you want, you can top stitch this, or you just leave it up like that. Okay, I'm going to turn it to the wrong side, and I'm going to add up my zipper to it. So I just draw a guideline where I'll be placing my zipper, because I'm using an invisible zip. So I'll just go ahead and place right side of my zipper facing the right side of my pants. I'll go ahead and pin that up. And I'll also pin the other side of the zipper as well. I will take it to the machine. I'm going to stitch up. Then I'm going to go ahead and fold a ½ inch here. I'm going to hem that around, and we'll be done with this pan. And make sure you always backstitch when you start, and you backstitch at the end when you end. So when I'm done doing so, we'll be done with this tutorial. So I hope you find this tutorial helpful. If you do, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, like, comment, and share. I hope to see you on my next DIY. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.